Hi, I'm Dr. Magna, and I hope that you have been watching my series on keys to optimal mental health. And in this series, we've been looking at some basic principles that I've found in my work that can be helpful for optimal mental health. And as I've said in some of the past series, I am not at all saying that these are the only things that you need to do for optimal mental health. These are just some principles that I've come up with that I've seen has been helpful for people as I've worked with them and as I've presented in some seminars. So I hope that this will be helpful and informative to you as you listen to this series. And thus far we've talked about two keys to optimal mental health, and the foundation was good lifestyle, taking care of your brain by taking care of your body, and the second one was understanding how our thoughts affect us. Today we're going to start with the third key to optimal mental health. And all of these keys, by the way, are included in a book that I recently wrote called Keys to Optimal Mental Health. And at the end of this video, I'll tell you how you can get in touch with me if you'd like a copy of this. So our third key to optimal mental health is something called self-control. Now, self-control is really not something encouraged in our society today. We have microwaves, we get our foods real quick, we have drive-in places where we can get our food quickly. Things come fast these days, and also we're encouraged to gratify ourselves. Eat what you want, think what you want, say what you want, watch what you want. Everything is just free and easy, and they don't go well with the admonition, or I should say the two don't go well together when we talk about self-control and getting what you want, gratifying yourself. So I want you to recognize and realize, though, that when you are living in this world today, you may be encouraged to gratify yourself, but for optimal mental health, you really need to control yourself. So we're going to start talking about that today, and I want you to listen closely and see what are some things you can implement in your life. This thing of self-control has been around for years, but in terms of the psychological world, Dr. Walter Mischel did a phenomenal study with 4-year-olds in the 60s, and some of you may have heard of it, the marshmallow test, where he had these young preschoolers come in, and he would put a marshmallow before them. You can actually YouTube it and watch the experiment, and he would say to them, or the researchers working with him would say to them, if you eat this marshmallow now, you will not get another one, but if you can just wait 15 minutes, you'll get 2 marshmallows. And those who waited for 15 minutes versus those who did not wait, he followed them for decades and found that the ones who waited, in a nutshell, had better mental health. They were better adjusted to life. They were less likely to abuse things such as drugs. They did better in school. Overall, they had better moods, just better off by learning how to delay gratification, self-control. And this phenomenal classic study by Dr. Walter Mischel is one that really kind of got me interested in this whole area of self-control. And then since that time, there have been other researchers who've looked at self-control from different angles. In fact, Dr. Walter Baumeister, I'm sorry, I just said his name the wrong way, Dr. Roy Baumeister and his colleagues has actually written a book entitled Willpower. And in that book, he talks about different studies that shows how self-control can be helpful. And I want to share with you some of those things. I'm going to start out sharing them with you now and then share some more in the next video. But one of the things that he found out was in order for us to exercise self-control, we have to be able to be self-forgetful. Those kids with those marshmallows, those children with the marshmallows, they had to do whatever they could to not focus on what their self wanted, which was to eat the marshmallow. They kind of distracted themselves, they looked around, and we need to do the same thing. If there's something that we really want and we need to exercise self-control, learning how to be self-forgetful is very important. And I'm going to continue talking about some of these things in the next video that I do, but remember to start working on self-control for optimal mental health. I'm Dr. Magna. I hope you will continue watching our Keys to Optimal Mental Health, and if you'd like to get in touch with me, my website is www.bingoodhealth.com. That's BIN goodhealth.com. Thank you for joining us.